This is the 8th SAT English and Writing question. Before reading the text, I highly recommend you to pause the video and read the text on your own to test yourself. Let's start. During the World War II era, some Mexican American women adopted a striking new look called Pachuca style, and I cannot pronounce it correctly, I think. They wore altered men's jackets or suits, wide-legged, long-coated suits, and dramatic makeup, and they combed their hair into high, rounded shapes. Some people criticized this style, saying it was dangerous and women should dress traditionally. But historians see things differently. They see this style as a form of rebellion against the era's rigid social expectations for women. They say that it showed a desire for self expression and freedom on the part of women who adopted the style. So, in this text, it said that hmm, Mexican American women they wanted to gain a new look. They wanted to gain a new look called Pachuca style, I think. And and in the further sentences, they are explaining how their looks were different. So the Mexican American women wore men's mm, altered jackets or zoot suits, and they changed their dramatic makeup. They combed their hair into unusual shapes, and therefore, because of this because of this unusual appearance, some people criticized this style. They said it's dangerous and women should dress traditionally. But historians see things differently. They thought that they looked at women's new style in a different look, in different view. They see, the historians see, the this style actually showed uh, how women in the past were against the era's strict. Rigid means strict or hard, very demanding social expectations for women. This style actually gives a form of being against the era's strict or hard or demanding social expectations for women. They said it showed a desire. Mm, Desire means wanting. It showed that the women want for self self expression and independence. So I think that's it. So let's highlight some words. This form is rebellion against the social expectations, a desire for self expression and freedom. Um, they thought it was dangerous and should dress traditionally. The rest of the sentence was about how their looks were changed. Let's move on to options. Before moving on to options, let's read the question at first. According to the text, how do historians view this style? So we must find an option that explains how historians view this style. The historians think that the style was such a popular trend that it continues to influence fashion in the United States to the present day. It's absolutely wrong because there is nothing that it's a popular trend and there's nothing that it still continues to the present day in the United States. Therefore, it's not given. The historians think that this style was a way for some Mexican American women to express themselves and resist strict social expectations. Of course, it is because express themselves means self-expression. Resist strict social expectations means rebellion against the area's rigid social expectations. Therefore, I think this is true, and how this shows how historians view this style. Let's read other options to analyze why they are wrong. They think that this style was celebrated because it enabled some Mexican American women to show their support for the United States during the World War II. Actually, it's also not given because there is nothing that Mexican American women show supported United States by by wearing unusual clothes. Actually, there's nothing about it. Option D, they think that this style was similar to other fashion trends that different groups of women adopted in the same period. Actually, there's nothing about other types of fashion trends and other groups of women. Therefore, it's also wrong. The only option that matches the question, the text, is option B. Let's check if we found the answer.